Howdy folks, welcome back to Vintage Story. Look what I found. We got some big old redwood trees. Pretty cool. It's the first time I've seen a redwood in game. I've seen them in other people's videos, but I've not seen them in my world. That's pretty cool. Redwood trunk. So I'm going to get you up to speed. First of all, I will apologize if there's background noise in this video. It's a hot one. The air conditioning is going. I got a fan going. My son's exercising on the treadmill in the next room. There's probably a lot of background noise, but I've got time to record, so here we are. It's just the way it is. Where am I? Well, I'm way down here. 9,600 blocks south. So let me get you up to speed. So after the last harvest, like I said, I did go ahead and head south. So I gathered up my stuff, like I showed in the video, and then I headed out from my base. I ran south, and I kept running south. You can kind of see the trail I took because I kept marking peat and clay and stuff and copper that I found along the way. I ended up over here on this shore, and then I popped my raft in the water. Went over to this line cabin that I made when I came down here exploring with the sailing ship. If you remember in that video, we ended up, I think, over here, sailing ship, and then I ran south a little ways to check out some stuff. So ended up at that line cabin. It took me about a day to run down here and get the raft over to here. So then I spent the next day coming along here and did a little exploring. And I ended up building a little cabin here. Also, I did some prospecting and stuff around. Good place to build a lighthouse right here on this peninsula. It's flat on top. It's really cool. I think I spotted some clay there. I did a little prospecting, like I said. We've got some hits on a whole bunch of stuff, including a halite, which I think is salt. It's a bituminous coal, however you say that. Some galena, all kinds of stuff right around there. And then nothing down here, except some minuscule amounts. Got a little bit of a hit on some borax there. Nothing here, though. So, I don't know where the borax is, but anyway, did a bunch of exploring, built myself another little line cabin down here. And then this morning I headed over and lo and behold, here's the redwoods. So we have made it to this biome. Very common rain. June 8th. So almost the end of June. And yeah, we got some redwoods. So we're going to continue exploring. And we can see what we can find. I think I'm just going to head east and kind of see where this goes. And then keep an eye out for maybe an interesting base location. I don't know. We'll see. This is kind of hilly and stuff here. I don't really necessarily want to set up shop right here, but it's a start. Let's see. These are getting pretty spoiled. Let's munch on some spoiled berries. They're getting ready to turn to rot, so I'm just going to pitch them anyway. So we'll make sure we're good and full on nice rotten berries. And we'll throw those in the water. Grab my paddle. Yeah, here we go. Make sure I'm on the raft the right way. And yeah, we're just going to head out and explore. I love this little island here. This little, like, tippy top of a mountain sticking out of the sea. It's awesome. There's some cool geography, but it's not really screaming out to me to make a base here. So we're going to continue on exploring in the raft for a bit. This will zoom back in. And we'll see what's over here. I ran through some nice valleys here, but it's too far north. I want to get down further south. But we're kind of in the right area now, about 10,000 blocks south of my base. Because I do believe the coordinates are centered where I set my spawn point. I don't know if that's how the game works, but my spawn does appear to be, yeah, right in there. That's where the origin is anyway. And then I turn on, is it this key? Yeah, so we're at 9,600 blocks south, basically. So I had to go about 10,000 blocks south to get to the warmer stuff. And as you can see, we are in claystone. There's all kinds of claystone rock and gravel around. So not terribly interesting. And that's the only redwoods I've spotted so far. We'll see what's up. Yeah, it looks like this may not go further south. It looks pretty swampy. There's like a lot of lakes and whatnot in here. This area might have some possibilities right on the shore of that lake. So we might end up checking that out at some point. But I'm going to head east a little ways and we'll see what I find. And we'll pick back up in a little bit. Rainfall very common, so of course it's raining. But we got some interesting possibilities over here. So I'm going to keep heading east. Hopefully not get struck by lightning. We'll see what's up. Yeah, lightning is getting pretty vicious. I think I might pull in here and take shelter. That's a really neat waterfall. I've never seen a waterfall running down into other water before, and that's pretty cool. But a pig squeal? There we go. Control click. Oh yeah, there's a little baby pig. That's what I heard squealing. I'm going to make myself a little hidey hole. So hopefully we don't die to lightning. And I'll set one of you there just for funsies. And I think I'm going to wait some of this out because lightning is a real thing in this game. That little piggy's trying to get up. He keeps going up the waterfall. Try not going up the waterfall there, buddy. You can't find Mama, or what's going on? Is he resting, or did he just die? Poor little guy. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully. The lightning kind of moved on. It's still pouring down rain. But I got totally psyched out. Yeah, it ends. But I think I'll go down here and we might take a little trek across there and see what we got. The little piggy was fine. I went over to check, see if he was dead. He was just resting. He squealed and took off. So he's all good. Of course, the advantage of the raft is I can pick it up and take it with me. This isn't too bad, but I don't see any like interesting trees. But I like the kind of rolling, softer hills over here. Of course, we got some more clay. I see people on the Reddit all the time who are like, I can't find clay anywhere. Clay is everywhere in every world I've ever made, so I don't get it. I don't understand how they can't find clay. Alright, we're going to throw that on our back. I may never need that clay, but it's there if I need it. This is a good looking area. Alright, where do we want to head? I want to head probably kind of straight south. And let's go check out that little lake. And we'll just, we'll do some adventuring. It's even more clay. Yeah, just look around on the hillsides where it rains. and you will find more clay than you know what to do with. That's been my experience anyway. Oh wow, the clouds just passed. Look at this. This is beautiful over here. There's even more clay. Whee! Oh wow, wowzers! It's quite the contrast from there to there. So, do I want to go this way? It's quite a ways over there. I think I'll continue on south. Yeah, a lot of medium fertility around here. I was kind of hoping I'd run across some high fertility, but nothing so far. Actually, I think I can chop this into firewood, but I'm getting kind of full. I've got a full stack of firewood on my back, in my basket on my back, so. Maybe I'm just lucky, but the clay is just everywhere. Like I said, I don't understand how you can't find clay. Maybe I've just been lucky in all the worlds I've created. Alright, the southern shore of the lake over there is got some possibilities. Like, I wanted to find a flatter area. I built in a really hilly area where I'm at now. We're getting into a shale biome. I say biome, I just mean that's like the predominant rock in the area when I say that. So I'm going to run over there and we'll see what's up. Yeah, I just found some more copper, and since I don't really need copper, what I've been doing is just putting the bits on the ground, and then the auto map marker is marking it. So if I ever come back here, I'll have some copper waiting for me on the ground. There we go. Oh, there's a little channel in here. Neat. So yeah, nice flat area for building. I like this area, but it's all just the same like pine trees. There's no redwood or anything. We're back into it. We're kind of at the shale / claystone boundary here. A little bit of each. Little peat here, just a little tiny patch. That's about the smallest patch of peat I've ever seen. Yeah, we'll mark it. Lots and lots and lots of mushrooms in the Serena area. No big surprise. So I'm kind of wondering if those redwoods were an anomaly. You know, I'm going to keep running over this way because this does look kind of like it might be a cool area with the lake there. So I'm going to keep running to the west. Chasing deer, apparently. And it is coming along nighttime, so I'm going to have to find somewhere to bed down for the night before too long. Yeah, same old, you know, maple, pine. Same old trees, birch. But we're at least close. We found some redwood. So there's at least possibilities. That's some rye. Well, I've got plenty of food on my back. I'll just use that, I guess. I'll get a nice claystone desert here. Ooh, we got some major fog rolling in. Head back up here towards these hills. I might have to sleep through the night if it gets too dark. But also, there might be something interesting, like usually when you have an interface between two different rock types. I don't know if these specific rock types have that, but a lot of times if you have an interface, you will find interesting things. So we'll run along the base of this. Claystone and shale? Yeah. Claystone and shale interface. Oh, now we have claystone, sandstone, and shale. Interesting. Yeah, I've ran across a few floaters. Not a big fan of the floaters. It's almost a natural stairway up here. Except for that little problem, it would be perfect. Let's see if we can force our way to the top here. Almost. Ta-da! Made it up here. Let's see if we can fall in a cave now. Yeah, where are we in relation to that lake? We need to head pretty much directly west. Alright. And I'm kind of regretting coming up here because it looks like it's about to get pretty crazy. Neat terrain, though. I don't know how much of this you guys want to see, but the terrain is pretty cool. So, we'll show some of it off. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're getting into the impassable areas. I might need to go down here and across. It's going to get pretty gnarly. Backtrack just a little bit. Actually, I'm getting pretty low on food. Let's go ahead and crack one of these open. 23 days. Here we go. We want to take one of these. Some red meat stew with boiled eggs and turnip. Good. Just like Mama used to make. Okay, we're backtracking a little bit, but we need to get back to the little more sane landscape. Oh, we got some hot springs over here. Very cool. What's that? Flint, I think. Whoa! There is no way down. Yeah, fun. Not sure how much that was going to hurt. Well, that's neat. Let's mark the hot springs here. Sludgy gravel with hot spring bacteria mat. Neato. Hot springs. There we go. Alright, it is getting dark. Yeah, I should be able to just run like west now. Wow, this is a really thick forest. Even more hot springs. Be careful, I might run right into a hot spring. Yeah, they're all over the place over here. Still just normal trees we've seen everywhere. I was so excited we found the redwoods. Good old oak. Whole bunch of peat. The big oak. Alright, how close are we getting to? We're getting fairly close to the lake. They'll build a line cabin on this southern lake shore over here. That's a big one. That's a big old cave. Cave entrance is... where? There it is. Right. That looks like it's probably the lake. Some more copper. That's a fairly substantial deposit. Judging by how many bits and bobs there were anyway. You can get 4 on a square. I've just been laying them all out. Like that. Here we are at the lake. Perfect. Whoa! Unexpected. Rainfall are very common. Okay, so we're in a rainy part. Can't sprint when you got the character panel open. Alright. Right there, I guess I'll pick it up. So yeah, still just all the normal trees and whatnot. Okay, we're back to just common. Oh, you're a wolfie. Some spelt. Yeah, very common. Kind of wanted to find a not quite so rainy spot. Don't necessarily want to build a line cabin right next to the wolf spawn, though. Right up on top of that hill. What's over that direction? I know it's getting dark. I'll get the lantern out for whatever good that'll do. What was that? Oh, it's chickens, I guess. I don't know why the chickens looked really weird. Yeah, it's nice and flat in here. Got some cool hills around. Almost all the time, rain. Less than ideal. Whoa! What about over here at the foot of the hills? Still almost all the time. Be good for crops. Yeah, still almost all the time. I do like how flat over here it is, though. Yeah, still lots of rain. Let's see what it's like up on top here. Oh, no, it's not flat, is it? I thought it might be flat. This area over here might be flat. Let's just throw a marker down here real quick. Let's head for that and see what that looks like. Nothing else, I may build a line cabin there. We need to get further south. I think. I don't know how warm it's going to be down here. But I kind of want to get to where the redwoods are. I'd like to build around some redwoods. So I'm going to get over on this hill, build a line cabin, and we'll sleep through the night. And I'll see y'all in the morning. It's a bright, beautiful morning. We got some neighbors. Hi. So yeah, I built up here on this hill. Go and throw a marker down. And did I mark where I parked the boat? I did not, but it was... here? I think it was over here around the clay somewhere, right? Oh no, I've got the raft. Never mind. I'm a giant derp. Derp-a-derp. Alright, let's head south. That's the plan for today. I have not seen any other redwoods. So I think we were just like barely into it where it happened to generate some redwoods. They do not appear to be common. What is common though is hot springs. Like everywhere around here is hot springs. So yeah, I'm just gonna head south and we'll see where the day takes us. Yeah, I found some bees. Just running around and found some bees. I haven't found too much else. I've just basically been sprinting south. A lot of forest, a lot of wildlife. A lot of the same old stuff. Still a lot of maple and pine. So I'm going to keep on running. Actually, yeah, we're at 12,000 now. So we're getting further south. It's interesting that I did see some redwoods up there around 9,600. Another little tiny thing of peat. Huh. And some of these hills are like turning orange. I don't know what that's all about. If that means we're getting far enough south that the seasons change at different times. I don't know how that works. But I'm gonna just keep on running for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything, but I'm gonna keep running. I can afford to be out here quite a few days looking around. Little bebe raccoon. Got some mountains with even some snow on top. And head down this valley. It's a cool looking valley. And if I find anything interesting, I'll bring in. Okay, I don't know if this is interesting to everybody, but yeah, in this valley, it's like back there was all green. And here it's all orange. How's that work? More clay. And this is low fertility, so we've kind of left the wetter area behind, I would guess. But why is this orange? Why is this fall colors? Somebody in the comments will hopefully know. And we're back to granite. Thought we'd escaped granite. Nope, we're back to granite. Oh, now we're into slate. Interesting. I've heard slate is good for roofs, and then we're back into the green again. Maybe it's altitude? I don't know. This looks kind of like a cliff. I'm no geologist, but yeah, that looks like a cliff for sure. Looks like an easier way down over this way. Easier way down and live anyway. So this isn't terribly exciting. I'll be back. Oh man, I didn't catch it. Ooh, I'm gonna die here. This goat or deer or something just launched itself off this cliff and caused a massive landslide. I was gonna try to go down there and see. I think it died, but it just collapsed half the mountain, so I don't know if I can even find it now. Let's try to work my own way down. Twisting ankles. Left and right here. So there was apparently a cave here. That is, yeah, flint. And I don't know what happened to that deer. It looked like a deer. I don't think the dirt would cover it up. But I don't know where. It may have like phased it out of existence or something. So that was kind of neat, but I didn't quite catch it in time. What do we got here? Lead ore. Okay. I picked up a bunch of flowers I don't want. It's not getting marked there, huh? Do I want to take lead ore? I don't really have the room, but I will mark it. It's a little bit of lead ore. Lead's ore. No, lead ore, and it's about... It's kind of dark color. Is that too dark? I don't know. I don't know what color I've used in the past. And I've been finding flax here and there. I've been marking that. I'm not taking it. But I've definitely been marking it. Okay, so we made it down to here. I'm going to keep heading south. What's with me and finding copper everywhere? I'm going to keep heading south and I'll see if I find anything. I wish I would have caught that landslide. I don't like to record all the time though, because it just makes a lot more editing on down the road that I don't necessarily have time for. So anywho, off we go into the rainy forest. I'll see you in a bit. So I saw this little dot on the map, like the one over there where I'm pointing. Yeah, don't fall in there. That's pretty crazy. Cave. In cave. Other than that, it's just your box standard sandstone gravel desert. Did find some copper and a couple of lead. But yeah, still just running. Running south. We made it down to 14,000. Well, it's the life of the explorer. Another pouring down rainstorm. I came down to a pretty good sized body of water, so I'm using it to just head on south. We're down to around 15,500. So if the 20,000 blocks means anything, we're getting closer to maybe some other kind of biome area. So far, it's still just the same old stuff, other than those redwoods I found on that island. It's like a big old oak. So it's once again getting dark, and I'm going to, I think, make my way down south here. Set up a line cabin and sleep through. I've been trying to set up line cabins about, you know, a day apart, roughly. So as I traverse this again, I can hop from place to place. Have a place to sleep through the night if I want to. And let's see, I need to jut out around this. So it's kind of dark, and I know YouTube's going to make it even darker, so unless something super exciting happens, I will see you in the morning. Well, you know, nothing like a nice hailstorm to start the day off, right? I made it down here, and it's hailing. So that's fun. Grab my door pack. I don't think it's big enough hail to hurt me any. I think it can get big enough to actually cause damage. So I'm going to wait out the hailstorm, and then I guess we'll head south. Maybe see what this body of water looks like as we get down that way. Almost points the way home. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm headed south. Sorry, Zeus. And I was just about to say the storm let up. And it did, but apparently there's still a little bit of lightning left in those clouds. I finally decided just to head out. The hail kind of gave way to just heavy rain. So I've been sprinting south in the heavy rain. Keep seeing peat and thinking it's high fertility soil. Psych. I'm liking a lot of the landscapes around here, but I want to definitely get to like redwoods or some kind of different area with different stuff. Back to claystone. I saw a floating rock, but it was a butterfly. And I forgot to make note of when I left. We're at least 4 days in, I think, on this journey. May spend about a month. Some more flax. I've been marking flax, but I think I'll just let it go. So far from where I marked the other flax, it doesn't even really matter. Oh, little baby oak trees. Cute. Chickens! So, I know I've said this a ton, but I'm going to keep going south, and I will see you in a bit. A little bit of a chasm there. More chickens! Right after I quit recording, I had a crash. I don't think I've ever had Vintage Story crash before. Yeah, it just crashed. So I copied the log. Don't know. Hopefully that was a fluke. But I loaded back in pretty much right where I left off. And I'm heading south. We'll see how it goes. Well, there's something I haven't seen before. Like a yak or something? What is that? What are you? You're a cave dweller now. I found chalk. Golden tacken? Okay. Yeah, even more chalk. Cool. So that's a thing around here apparently. Go ahead and mark that as well. Just in case I end up settling around here somewhere. So we did finally get some different animals. I have not seen those before. So maybe that's a good sign. Although that just looks like pines. We're at 17.5. Pretty far south, almost 20,000 blocks from home. And the adventure continues. Which is a shame it's the same little trees. There's some really cool areas around here. Found another big body of water. So we got that going for us. More peat over there. So I think I'll toss the old raft in here. Put that down. And we'll go for a ride. Got a little bit of the afternoon left, so southward we go. I think we got another storm blowing in. Lots of fish down here. They've been following my boat. Kind of fun. Alright, looks like we have a southern shore. Maybe a passage over here? We head that way? Still the same old trees. It's 20,000 blocks. We've come quite far way south. I want to say it's probably warmer down here, but I don't know for sure. Because flora-wise, and for the most part fauna as well, it's all the same stuff. 20,000 blocks from where I was. So that's kind of surprising based on what I've been told. Ooh, what we got over here? Little mesa. Interesting. That could be a fun place to build a castle. I was really looking for something a little warmer. Yeah, see, that's fall colors up top. I think it's altitude. Winter comes earlier the higher the altitude, maybe? So we got kind of a low beach over there. This does continue a little bit. I'll follow this around. It does have some possibilities. Nice little bay there. But it's high up, so I think it would be like cold up there. Waterfall down the side. Ooh, we got another mountain off in the distance there. I don't know, the Farseer mod doesn't seem to be doing its Farseeing stuff for some reason. Don't know why that is. And my save file, it's getting close to like 3 gigabytes. It is huge. So I can't imagine on a server with a bunch of players how big the save file gets. And apparently we have a blinding dust storm? Fog storm? I don't know what's going on. We're navigating by radar now. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a cliff here. That's kind of cool. Let's make our way down here. I wonder, we can probably make our way up here on this bay. Might be a place to make a line cabin over there. I need to go this way. And you go around this peninsula here. Oh wow, look at that. Hello. Yeah, something with the chunk loading has gone a little wonky. Alright, I'm going to make my way around this peninsula, make landfall. It's getting kind of late, so I'll build a line cabin over there, and then we'll take a look around. I just pulled around into the bay. Look what we got. We got some flippin' redwood trees. This might be the place. I want to take a look up top, but I'm going to make landfall over here on the sandbar and build a little line cabin. And then we'll see what tomorrow holds. Let me out of the raft. There we go. Cool. More redwood. That might be a good sign. See you tomorrow. All right, folks, I'm kind of feeling it. We got redwoods. We got flax. Got a giant copper deposit. This might be a good place to settle down. Just put this over here by the log cabin. And I'll check out up top. I've been fooled before by the redwoods. Maybe a whole bunch of nothing. We got clay stone. We got some other kind of stone up top, and I noticed these sky castle things are like 2 different types of rock as well. So it's definitely a place with some interesting geology. Let's have a little look, and there's some giant oak trees right up against the mountain, which is kind of cool. Got some quartz. We got a strange maple. What I don't have is a way to the top. Oh, that's andesite. Nice. I haven't really seen andesite before. Think anyway, not in this safe. I've forgotten. So I may have to just go down and up. That's kind of what it's looking like. So I'm going to head down the beach. We got the sun peeking out. Hopefully we can get some clearer weather. Go, little bunny, go. Nah, it's fairly nasty down here as well. I wonder if I can kind of find a gentle slope to work off of. Not really. We got some flint though. Oh, this is going to be so satisfying. I love it. Uh-oh. It just keeps going. We should be safe over here. It's actually going to make like new land out in the sea a little bit. That's such a neat mechanic. I don't know how people play with dirt and stability off. If floating dirt blocks and stuff. I mean, it's each their own, but it's just not for me. Ooh, we got down here some coal. Is that brown coal? Yeah, brown coal. There we go. We'll mark that. What else back in here? We'll just drop that clay stone. Okay, well that eases the way up just a little bit. Uh-oh. Except when you fall down in a hole. See if I can fight my way up to the top now. There we go. That's andesite. Yep. Okay, and here we are up top. We could build an andesite castle. Maybe. Yeah, some neat geology around here. Alternatively, I could flatten this whole top. Do something up here. We got some goats. A bighorn. Then another one of those yaks, or what was it? It was, you know what it was called. What are you called? You're fast. That much I know. Anyway, there's a bunch of those around. A lot of animal spawns up here. Missed my chance. It is a something. No. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was LAKE something or other, but apparently not. What are you guys? Okay, so this is low fertility. One of them just caved in something over there. Yeah, no more redwoods up here. Interesting. Let's go ahead and mark that for future. Let's go and get our tummy full. I did finally use a crock of food. Yeah, more andesite. Then we're just getting into a bunch of forest. Pink apple tree leaves. Mark that. So it goes from smooth hills to absolute insanity over here. It looks like granite on top of andesite. Definitely some building possibilities in those. But is it any warmer here? Especially since we're up higher altitude from the looks of it. Let's go see what we got down here. I hear all the animals collapsing stuff. Got like a big old sinkhole over here. Ow. Huh. Have a little like hidden valley or something. Gets back into medium fertility up here. So if you're still watching and you like these long exploration videos, be sure to let me know. Most, like all the YouTube algorithms, at least for the stuff I do, they don't like super long videos. I see some, like the bigger channels can put out a 2-hour video and get 250,000 views. But small channels, it doesn't seem to work that way. It likes shorter videos. Yeah, lots of caves collapsing around here. I don't know, I kind of like it. I like that we have some redwood down there. I was wanting more. Got a whole redwood forest, not just 2 trees. Definitely a lot of wildlife around here. I mean, I guess I can go further south. Maybe one more day, run south. I have no idea how long this video is. I've put so many cuts in here. Did that the other day. I was playing Space Engineers, ended up with an over an hour video. We'll see how that goes. It hasn't released yet. What's up, chickens? So yeah, other than those redwoods on the beach, it's just more of the same. But I've never really traveled, you know, a super long way, so I don't know really what to expect. This is all new to me. So let me run this way for a while. Oh, hey there, Mr. Wolfie. How's it going? I'll just pass right on by. You keep doing your thing. I forgot to look at the elevation value. See, this is all fall colors. It's a big old larch forest. So we definitely got some cool building materials. Big larch forest. Some andesite. Got some slate not too far away. But I don't know if I'm quite ready to build here or not. Oh wow, this is super red over here. Yeah, pine log. Just your bog standard pine log. What we got here? Some kind of other body of water. Did I forgot and left my raft back there, didn't I? Whoops. Flashed on the screen for just a second. I couldn't see what it said. Okay, well, let's go check out this shore. Yeah, andesite. I think this is andesite sand beach. Yep. It's a little bit of a steep step down. Let's go down this direction. Little lake with lots of islands. It's a shame I didn't bring my raft with me. Yeah, I don't know which way this goes. Well, we got time. I'm gonna run and we'll see where we end up. Well, I just ran around the corner, not too awful far, and I found sunflowers. So we officially have something new. Look at that. So maybe this is a little bit warmer biome. I mean, all the other stuff is bog standard, but I've not seen sunflowers before. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those. Do we have like a flower symbol? That's a gear, I think. Berries? And they have a growth stage like a crop you would plant. Very cool. All right, I'm going to keep on running. Cool little waterfall there. Nothing super spectacular, but kind of neat. I think that's lead. Found a little bit of lead back over there. So I will mark that. I wonder what color it used. That'll work. Then I'm going to place this lead here. Alright, I'm going to run around this lake here a bit. And we'll see what's up. Then, I don't know. I gotta decide if I want to build over there or not. Man, this is quite the flat area. We got some caves coming up. Lots of peat and stuff around here because it rains almost all the time. But I have come around the corner there. Get rid of that. I forgot to mark where the land cabin was, but yeah, we pulled in over here. I've come all the way down over here. I think I'm going to keep running, build a line cabin over here about as far south as I can get before dark. And then that will be where I turn around, I think, because it's just more of the same. I don't know. 24,000 almost blocks south. There's been a few redwood trees, a few little changes here and there, but I don't know. I've left most of the defaults, I thought, in the world gen. As far as like equator distance or anything, I don't think I changed any of that. And you gotta do a lot of traveling. I thought about planting a little bit of a garden if I do settle here, so I've been grabbing some seeds. We got here? We got some lakes and whatnot, so we should probably head this direction. Andesite heading back into claystone. So if nothing else, I might build a little outpost over there, kind of where I landed. I can always make more hay bales. That flax. Drop right in the drink. Oh, basalt. Interesting. So we're getting into some basalt. Oh, basalt or basalt? I never can remember. What have I got that I can drop? I can drop this crock. If I need to. Do kind of want to keep that, all that stuff. So we'll just put that down. I'll have an empty spot. I can always dig more dirt. So 445. But yeah, look, it's just more pine trees. I was expecting a more dramatic shift, but maybe that's not how it works. Like I said, this is all new to me. Notice if I run sideways, makes it sound like I have somebody running off to my side. Alright, a big ol' basalt desert. Just running along. Oh, we got a shore. More water. Man, I should have brought my raft. That'd have been a really smart thing to do, huh? I forgot and left it in the water. What are you gonna do? There's not a whole lot here to even build with. Fun. Well, I'm gonna get busy building a line cabin. I need about 40 or so, 41 grass. Minus 16, because I've already got the hay bales, so. Is that 25 grass or so? Well, have I shown my little line cabin build? I don't know if I have, so we'll build one. Right here on camera. No, I'm going to run out of space, so let's do this. I don't really care which way it's going to face. We'll do it this way. So I do 3 like that. And we have our door. Probably going to run out of packed dirt, it looks like. I'll build the ceiling back from there, but I need to get some packed dirt. I will be digging this out a bit. I like to make the rammed earth floor. A little contrast. So we'll do that. Beautiful. And let's get our bed put down. Right there. Plop the lantern in the corner. And then I need some more dirt. Oh, we can do a little prospecting. Let's dig a channel. Oh, get some flax. Get some flax seeds, maybe. Beautiful. Rid of that. I'm gonna need a lot of dirt, so we're gonna dig a lot of dirt. There we go, full stack. Over here, let's do some prospecting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We got a little bit of stuff here and there. Not nothing earth-shattering. Too many right there. All right, and that's my little basic, what I call a line cabin, and then we have 2 hay bales for a door. Ta-da! And I'll use this last grass in case we want to build a fireplace there at some point. And there we go. Line cabin achieved. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep, and I'm going to make my way back over here. Came quite a ways. How about here or here? Might clear out this area and build an outpost there. I don't know if I'll end up moving there, but I think I will build at least an outpost. So I'll see you tomorrow. Probably won't do it now that I'm recording. There's been some really neat lightning coming out of that cloud. So it was a little dark when I got up because I can only sleep, I think, 7.5 hours in the straw bed. So I've been running this way, lantern in hand. And yeah, now that I'm recording, no more cool lightning strikes. Oh, there we go. As soon as the tree hides it, I'm gonna try to show that off. So I need to head up. Basically keep heading north. I'm running back to the raft location. And I think this video has probably gone on long enough, so and also it's getting close to bedtime, so I'm not going to be able to build the outpost on this video. I'll probably just do that off camera and make my way back to the base, my home base. But we'll see. I don't know, I might make an episode out of building the outpost and planting a little garden and then heading out. We shall see, but thanks as always for watching. And that will be it for this one. Oh boy. Nice little storm. Lovely. Just me running across the open plains in a lightning storm. Nothing to see here. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care. That could have been a bad way to exit the video. Maybe I should look where I'm going. Quit trying to be cinematic.